Hi guys, welcome to my channel Beyond Formula, and today we're going to be talking about factorization. So what is a factor, right? If we take the number 12, we know that two of its factors could be 3 and 4. So what it means is that 3 and 4 multiplied together equals 12, which is basically the condition to be a factor. So if we want to do this for algebraic expressions, so an example of this could be x squared plus 5x plus 6. So it doesn't really look like you could factor this because it's just variables and coefficients. So this would be really hard to do, right? But using factorization, we can find out that it's x plus 3 times x plus 2. I'll get to how I did this later, but I just want to give you some intuition now, right? So if we multiply this together, this gives us x squared times plus 2x, and then plus 3x plus 6. If we combine like terms, it gives us x squared plus 5x plus 6. So this is the same as our original expression. So we did the factorization right. If we want to get some visual intuition, we can draw like a rectangle, or I'll make it more even to get across the point. So x plus 3 is one of the sides. So we're just writing out the factors as a side. And then x plus 2 is the other side. So if we divide this rectangle into 4 pieces, to find out the area of each piece, we would have to multiply the sides, right? So x times x gives us x squared. X times 2 is 2x. X times 3 is 3x. And 3 times 2 would be 6. So the total area would also be x squared plus 5x plus 6. So the side lengths would be the factors, which is a visual representation of this process. So if we want to learn how to factor, we can do the expression x squared plus 7x plus 12. So what we want to do is find two numbers that when they're added together, they give this number in front of the x. So in this case, that would be 7. And then the same two numbers when multiplied together, have to equal 12. So that's the conditions these two numbers have to satisfy. So if we want to find these two numbers, we can first start out with the multiplication. So if we take the factors of 12 one by one, we'll eventually find out two numbers that add up to 7, right? So first we can start out with 1 and 12. So 1 and 12 doesn't satisfy this because 1 and 12 equals 13, not 7, right? So if we keep moving on, we get 4 and 3. So in this case, 4 and 3 works because 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, and 4 times 3 is equal to 12. So that's what I'm going to write here. And then if we want to finally factorize this, we just write x plus 4, which is the first number, times x plus 3. And foiling this out gives us x squared, right, plus 3x plus 4x plus 12, which is x squared plus 7x plus 12, which is original expression. So we did this right. So I'm going to give you some practice problems to work on this. The first question is x squared plus 9x plus 20. So take a minute and pause the video to try to factorize this. All right, so what we're going to do first is the same. So we're going to find out factors of 20, right? So 20, we could take 2 and 10 first. 2 and 10 doesn't work because their sum is 12, not 9. So then we go to 4 and 5. And this works because 4 plus 5 is equal to 9, right? So we just want to write it into factored form. So in this case, it would be x plus 4 times x plus 5. So we basically just write the factors with the x to get the factored form. All right, so another example is x squared minus 9x plus 14. So in this case, it's different, right? Because we have a negative sign here. So what do we do, right? We're still going to start out the same way, looking for factors of 14. But in this case, we want the two factors to be equal to -9 and not +9. So if we do this, we get, so we can first do 1 and 14. 1 and 14 doesn't work because it doesn't add up to -9. Then we get to 2 and 7. So 2 and 7 add up to 9, but not -9. So in this case, we want to understand that -2 and -7 work. Because these two numbers multiplied still give us 14, but when they're added, they give us -9, which satisfies the condition. So it would be, in this case, we would just write it the same number with the x. So it would be x minus 2 times x minus 7. So I just did the same thing, but because it's negative here, it becomes a negative sign in the parentheses. So if we want to check our answer, we can multiply them out again. So x squared minus 7x minus 2x plus 14. It's plus 14 because -2 times -7 gives us 14. So it would be x squared minus 9x plus 14, which is our original expression. So we did this right. So this is going to be very hard at the beginning because it's a lot of algebra and you also have to know the factors really well. But if you do a lot of practice and memorize your factors, it should be a lot easier. And remember, if you notice any negative signs in the original expression, you should look out for negative factors. But if there's not any negative symbols, you should be fine just looking at the positive factors. So that's it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and look out for some more videos. Thank you.